It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Pillars Brewery of East London, and this is a bottle of their Hell's Lager coming in at 4.8% ABV in a 330 Stumpy style French bottle. I really like their branding, the way they've gone about things. Here's the bottle cap. When you associate yourself with a good tasting lager, you can kind of relate to the French stumpy sized bottle. It just works. I mean, you can either, as I'm going to do to show you, pour it out into a glass, or you can open it and just drink it straight out of the bottle. It just feels comfortable. Good bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. Here we go. Nice levels of carbonation on the beer, nice and hazy. We got a 1 finger white head. Nice sediment. Little bits of sediment there floating around in the glass. Not too big, not like tyres and shopping trolleys, that sort of thing. It's kind of micro sediment there in the glass, but it looks very good. Nicely carbonated. Let's get the aroma. Hell's Lager. I do like a Hell's. I really do like a Hell's. And by the sounds of it, so does the pigeon. This has got a light, crisp malt aroma to it, with a touch of pepperiness and spiciness. A little bit of lemon. Crisp, refreshing. In the aroma anyway. Let's see if it is crisp and refreshing when we get into it. Cheers everybody. Yeah, really nice. Nice levels of carbonation. It's like lemony flavour going on. The malts are really good, light, crisp malts. Drinkability, really, really good. These guys, I've had a few of their beers. I started off drinking, they've gone through a rebrand recently. They've rebranded all of their packaging, their bottles, everything. And I'm thinking they've decided to go into these stumpy style bottles with a really nice wrap on it. Really good kind of look to the beers. And I can imagine, because again, I mean, we've been speaking about it recently on the channel, lagers. Lagers are going to be the next big thing. It's going to happen. It's taking a bit of time. But it's going. I reckon it's definitely going to happen sooner rather than later. Now, Pillars have lined themselves up, I reckon, in a really good position, a really good situation. They're nice and early. Same as some of the other craft brewers in the UK. They're putting a lager out there. And everybody's kind of just waiting for this kind of lager thing to happen. It will happen. It will happen because there's some really good styles of lagers out there. Pilsners and Hells. Bocks. I had a bock from these guys in a long, kind of almost like a small wine bottle. And it was really good. It was really, really good. I've also had the Pilsner, hoppy kind of dry hop lager. There's so much you can do. There's so much you can do. I think we're past the stage now of, I think we're well past New England IPA saturation point. I think that has kind of completely happened. Every brewery out there is producing New England IPAs. Even some of the regionals are producing New England IPAs, which, if they do it right, then it could really saturate the market. And then when that happens, brewers look to do something else. They look to move on to another style of beer that could kind of change the market. The only difficulty with lager, and I mentioned again this in a previous review, that's good, really crisp. The only difficulty with lager is the big boys. How does a company like Pillars, who have set up as a lager company, how do they challenge the big boys? I mean, they've called themselves the home of lager since 2016. That's their kind of motto, their trademark logo type thing. Mission statement, call it what you want. The home of lager since 2016. But how do you push past the big guys? When you walk into a bar as a Pillars salesman, how do you try and knock off a Foster's or a Carling or a Budweiser, the big boys? Because I tell you what happens, because I've been a beer salesman myself. You go in and you can put on a smile and you can try and offer the best service you can, and they might knock it off for a week or two. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Carling or Mr. Budweiser realises that their beer is not on that bar anymore. And they will literally go back to that bar. They'll see that there's, for argument's sake, here, a Pillars beer on the bar. And they'll offer them a 3 years supply of Sky Sports. Or they will offer them a bar refit or something else. And it's the incentives. And then what does the bar manager do? He goes, okay, money talks. I'm going to have 3 years worth of Sky Sports, which is the general thing. We're going to get more customers through the door. They're going to buy more lager, and that's what happens. That's what happens. Trust me, I've done it. I've managed to shift one big lager off, or a bitter. I think it was a Worthy or a Doom bar. But then within 2 or 3 weeks, it's gone again. It's gone. You just can't compete. All you can do is smile, offer your beer, sell your beer, let them taste it, let them enjoy it, and then hope they try it. But you can't offer them anything because you're a small company. That's the reason why I think lager's in this position at the moment. The position of not being able to really gain traction is because the mighty lager companies have so much power. They wield so much power. I think it's down to the paying customer to go online and buy this beer and beers like it directly from the brewery. Do it that way. That's the only way. Of course, support the pub, but the only way around it, I think, is to buy online. A beautiful Hell's Lager, really tasty, really yummy, really lovely. I like the kind of, there's a stinging nettle flavour in there. There's a real kind of traditional maybe Hallertau or Saaz hop. Let's have a look. This lager is fresh from Pillars, the home of lagers. Tasting notes. Traditional Munich Hells with New World hops. A golden lager with clean, full-bodied flavour. Smooth, malty character with a hint of honey. A hint of honey. Yeah, definitely touch of honey in there. Missed that. I like it. It's a nice beer. It's a nice example of a Hell's Honey Lager. It's an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.